So welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and we're continuing with All-Star Comics number 4 from March-April 1941, and this is Dr. Fate. I need not open the envelope. I can tell what it contains by my power of thought transference, and I'm ordered to New England to look for sabotage at the naval yards along the Atlantic seaboard. America spends billions to defend itself, and those spies blow up its ships and arsenals and must be taught a lesson. Using secrets of the ancients, he sends forth a black cloud. Cloud of darkness, search for the evil that men do against America. Shine forth with a bright light when you have found it. Over the Massachusetts coastline, a stone's throw from a naval yard. The cloud glows. That means spy activities are taking place below. Fishing smacks. They look innocent enough, but I'll see what they're up to. On board the innocent boats, the invention of ours that works by air pressure allows us to toss a bomb high in the air so it will fall on the Navy Yard. The gun is fired. There it goes. The bomb falls rapidly towards an unfinished ship. Dr. Fate explodes the bomb, saving the Navy Yard from destruction. Seems as though I got here just in time. I'll put that rebuilt trench mortar out of action. Drawing from the mighty force in his body, Dr. Fate destroys the gun. It backfired. Look out! I've given orders to hoist anchor. When we're 50 miles away, I'll give orders to our agents. Very good, sir. I can detect radio impulses emanating from the ship. No wonder the FBI can't locate those radio spy messages. The spies give a message near shore, then move 50 miles away before the next message goes out. Dr. Fate casts a weird and magic spell over the wires, attuning them to his mind. Now I should control all messages. They can't broadcast without my mind allowing them. It's time for a personal visit. I've got to learn where these agents are, how they operate, and last but not least, how they get into the country at all. Who, what, how did you get in here? I dropped in to say hello and find out how you spies operate. Spies, eh? You'll die and never tell what you know. I don't think so. I don't think I will. So let's not be nasty about this gun shooting business. You see, you won't need any guns, not after I get through with you. Ow! My gun blew up in my hand. Mine too. How do your agents operate? How do you get into the country? Wouldn't you like to know? Dr. Fate casts another spell. The waters of the ocean open, and he and the boat sink into the deep. Yeah, we're falling. As they peer through the portholes, they see cosmic horrors. Oh, save me. That horror, it can't be. It's terrible. Frightened to their very souls, the men are ridden by fear. Those pretty pictures you looked at are what I alone can do to you unless you talk. No more, please. I'll never forget them. Our agents come from the homeland, appearing as loved relatives of American citizens who have never seen these relatives. Others come in on visitors' visas through the immigration office on a passport that is good for 5 years. Others come on stolen passports, some on passports forged in the homeland. They are spread out over the entire country. I really don't like this because this is well before, or this is early in 1941, and the United States had not entered the war. This is just creating paranoia unnecessarily against foreigners, and I don't really understand what the point was. This wasn't happening. Where is the man who directs your activities, the one man who controls over all of you? I don't know. He has always broadcast his orders to us. Broadcast, eh? Then broadcast for all your agents in New England. Tell them to hurry here at once. I'll do it, only don't hurt me. The call goes out to all secret spies and plotters. Hey, Carl, a broadcast came in. Wants all men at the boats at once. Just as I was ready to fix that bomber so it would fall, just as I've done with others. On a secret meeting, I have been called away. Meanwhile, practice on your rifles. Prepare for the day when America shall belong to our leader. All agents to the boats for further orders. Put all that stuff away. If anybody should find it, we would be in for it. From near and far they come, men posing as honest Americans, but waiting to overthrow the government, men in big industries, all spies and saboteurs. Dr. Fate is not idle, meanwhile. Go call the FBI. Bring them here for the biggest roundup of alien agents in America's history. So he sends out his big cloud. Members of the FBI, come to the New England coast. The spy roundup promised you has begun. Boy, oh boy, hear that. Let's go. That cloud is leading us right to him. This raid will make history. I guess they trust the cloud. The wharves of the spies town, the wharves of the coast town are filled with spies. Take us out to the boat. Out there. This is an unusual call. I don't understand it. Maybe the day of invasion is at hand. Greetings, enemies of America. You have signed your death warrant as spies. What? Is that a man? Your mind is open to me. You were delegated to smash all defense weapons. Why, that's right. And no more bombs shall you plant in naval yards and ammunition factories. Chains coming from nowhere to bind me. The FBI launch arrives to find the spies bound and waiting for them. You have them all ready to take off. Exactly. And in the cabin you'll find complete lists of the activity of each man with clues showing how he got into the country and what his activities are. These are wonderful. The whole New England seaboard from Maine to Rhode Island is free from spies. I promised to do what I could, and I did. Now for the man behind all this, if I can locate him. Having made contact with the minds of the agents, I can use this powder to order the crystal to tell me, say, are you really doing what I think you're doing? Just what I thought. Claver, the head of the entire outfit. These fellows never had a chance against you, that's true. Mister, if you could do things like that, say, I'm glad you're on our side. I ought to tip off some of the other members of the Justice Society before I set out after Claver. I'll let the Sandman know about him. I see him along the southwestern border of the country in Texas. Over El Paso, Texas, Dr. Fate does some skywriting, with forces drawn from his powerful body. Now to let the Sandman see this writing, which is invisible to all human eyes because of its color. Fritz Claver, as leader of spies, lives in Toledo, Ohio. While the Sandman goes about his duties, a hand reaches out and touches him. My eyes, I can see odd, queer things, unreal colors I never saw before, and what's that in the sky? Fritz Claver, eh? I'll pay a visit just as soon as I'm done down here. Just in case you wanted to know and tip off the others. Thanks a million, Dr. Fate. I'll see you in Ohio. Down below the Flash. He's going my way. He knows about Claver, too. I'll race you to the Clavers. You're on, and hang on to your hats. Everybody, here we go. So next up is going to be the Sandman. Unfortunately, if there were problems in the United States, they were homegrown. If there were people supporting the Nazis and Hitler, they were not foreign spies infiltrating. They were Americans. Anyway, we will be on to Sandman in the next story.